When my sister died, that was the problem that started. It was so horrible. We didn't know. Secrets started to come out, and it just get worse from there. Going through financial difficulties here in England, it wasn't good for me either. It was horrible. My love life was a mess. It used to be arguments all the time, arguments. We eventually even split. I was living in a different home, he was living in a different one. We never used to see each other. When we do see each other like once a week, it would be an argument. The next week it would start again. And life was just a mystery. After my sister died, I came back and I wanted to go to church. So I just went to the church Sunday. I was even early. The turning point for me was to make that changes that I want to see. I wanted to have a happy family, a happy home. I want my financial life to be where I want it to be. I want to do things that would turn things around for me and my family. It started off with my family, really. I started praying for them, doing things that should help them, making purposes that will help them. At that moment, I was brave to step out and to do the things that I would do, because at the end of the day, I even have 2 children I was sending to uni and high school at the same time, and I have to be the one who financing that. So it was difficult for me, but I step out and make that changes. Now, my love life is getting better and better. We are planning our wedding. We're getting married soon. Next year we're getting married, and we are happy because we are making the changes that I should make.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's Finding Answers. Now, we've all done it at some point in our lives. Some people actually continue to do it. And what I'm talking about is comparing yourself to other people. Some people compare themselves to others and they do good. They better themselves, right? They aspire to be better in their social status, better in maybe their looks or their finances, better in relationships. So they look up to people and they work towards something better in their lives. What happens when we compare ourselves, but we don't look at ourselves in that way? We put ourselves down. Maybe you are putting yourself down. Maybe you don't believe in yourself for the fact that you compare yourself to others. Let's look at this video and then I'll tell you what tonight's topic is.
One of the easiest ways to feel bad about yourself is to compare yourself unfavourably to others. We are often tempted to compare ourselves with those who have more accomplishments, seem more attractive, make more money, or even have more Facebook friends. Making comparisons is often how we gauge our progress in life. But habitual negative social comparisons can cause a person to experience greater stress, anxiety, depression, and to make self-defeating choices. In psychology, the social comparison theory states that we determine our own social and personal worth based on how we compare with others. As a result, we are constantly making self and other evaluations, including attractiveness, wealth, intelligence, and success. Most of us have the social skills and impulse control to keep our envy and social comparisons to ourselves. But our true feelings may show in subtle ways. With the growing use of social technology and media, as well as the mass media, we have many more opportunities than ever to compare ourselves with others. So why are we so worried about being unique? Albert Einstein claimed that the person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before. So, is it about time you stopped comparing yourself with others and started being your true self?
Great statement there from Albert Einstein, right? That's why he was known as a genius. I agree with what he said. Do you agree? You know, tonight's topic is called Be Unique. Be different. Stand out from the crowd. Don't follow what everyone else is doing. And that's what we tend to do. When we feel alone, when things aren't working out for us, we tend to compare ourselves to others. Sometimes you set a high expectation, high standards for yourself that you can't reach, maybe at that time. And so because you don't reach those standards or those goals, you feel really bad about yourself. But always remember, you are unique. No matter what you're going through, you are special. And maybe you don't see that, you don't think that right now, but on tonight's program, we're going to share with you someone who was depressed, couldn't sleep because of issues that happened in her family. She started comparing herself to other people. And that's what happens today, especially with the media and everything around us. Young girls, guys, they tend to look at these young people out there who do sorts of plastic surgery, right? They do all kinds of things. And this generation growing up now, it's the worst, in my opinion, it's the worst it's ever been, because everyone wants to be like someone else. And because they can't fit that model, that standard, that's why we have lots of young children, teenagers, you know, harming themselves, cutting, as it's known, right? They're on drugs, they are, you know, alcoholics, all that kind of thing, because they can't fit. They can't seem to reach the standard that the media is always pushing at our young children. And maybe you're not young. Maybe you want to achieve something in life now. You're middle-aged, right? You've got grown-up children, you've retired. And yet, you feel this way. You still put yourself down, even though your life seems to be okay. But still, you're picking at certain little things, comparing yourself to other people. So with me tonight, as usual, is Victoria. Hi, Victoria.
Hiya.
How are you doing?
I'm very good, thanks.
So tell us more about this subject.
So in the voiceover, we touched on the idea of something called social comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
So the social comparison theory would say that human beings naturally want to self-evaluate. So they want to know whether they're doing well or not. And a way to self-evaluate yourself is to compare yourself. You can do downward comparisons, whereby you compare yourself with people that are maybe worse off than you. So maybe they have less money, maybe you think that you're more attractive than them. And if you do that, if you do a downward comparison, then that's going to inevitably make yourself feel better about yourself. But if you do an upward comparison, so you might compare yourself to somebody that you believe is higher than you, so in terms of they've got more money, they're better looking, then that's going to take a toll on your self-esteem.
Yeah, and if you feel this way, whether it's, you know, up or down, maybe you're not happy inside you. You're not happy with yourself. And the aim of tonight's show is to help you, is to actually show our guest tonight, who will share her story with myself and with you as well. And the hope is that you will value yourself. You not compare yourself, right? Maybe you're the type of person that keeps or tries to keep up with the Joneses. You know that saying where if your neighbor has something, you want the same thing as well. Maybe it's not literally your neighbor next door to you. As I said, everyone is getting a tattoo. A tattoo here. It's the fashion statement. Now, you want one. Everyone is, I don't know, they are now dressing in a certain way, getting that latest statement dress, and you want the thing as well, right? So we want to fit in. We always want to fit in. We want to, you know, fit into different groups. We want to fit in with society. We want to be accepted by our friends. But what happens when you're not accepted? I can tell you that you can be an individual, and it's not wrong to be an individual, all right? So we're going to help you on tonight's program to be unique. Victoria, you are unique, aren't you?
I think I am.
I got you there. You think you are? Why do you say that? Why do you think you're unique?
Well, I don't suppose, just thinking about the way we're made biologically, that anybody's made exactly the same in the world. So physically, I would say I was unique.
Yeah.
But there may be somebody else out there, God forbid, who has the same personality traits as me.
Right. The thing is, it doesn't matter. If you think you're bad at something, you're no good. It doesn't matter what you think about yourself. You are unique. I don't believe anyone was placed on this earth who doesn't have a gift, doesn't have a talent, who cannot contribute to the society, even to the world around them. Every one of us has a unique gift. Maybe you haven't discovered that yet. Maybe it's going to take some time. But if you just sit down on your laurels, you know, like this, moping around, you know, feeling sorry for yourself, you will never discover what you're good at, your uniqueness. You never discover your talent. So why not do something different tomorrow? Why not challenge yourself to do something? Who knows? Maybe you can find your unique gift or talent by doing something different. It's happened to many, many people, and I'm sure it will happen to you. I'll explain more about this later on in the program. So, what is the contact details, Victoria?
So if you'd like to speak to one of our advisors, our number is 020 7686 6300, or you can send us an email. Our email address is help@findinganswers.tv. If you'd like to talk to us via social media, then you can send us a tweet. Just start your tweet with @FindAnswersTV, or search for us on Facebook. Just search for Finding Answers.
So if you feel down, if you are depressed, whatever your situation, whatever you're going through, stay tuned, all right? Because we're going to help you to find your uniqueness. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we're going to meet tonight's guest. We'll see you after this.
Do the maths. Changing your life is not as simple as changing your hairstyle, your shirt, or rearranging the furniture in your living room. You're talking about years of deep-rooted habits, behaviours and problems that are not going to change overnight. Many may say, think positively, but the trouble with that is that you can't do or change anything with just thoughts. But add action into the equation and the outcome can be different. Let's do the maths. Positive thinking plus action equals a change. Whatever it is, if the change is significant, if it's worthwhile, then it will have to take time, effort, and homework from you. Once upon a time, there was Alice. She enjoyed a drink, her one simple pleasure. She could stop when she wanted, downing a little more for good measure. At work, concealed bottles and extra strong mints were the game. The warm, happy feeling was fading and giving way to shame. The months and days became a blur of hospital lights. Married to a heavy drinker, her prince was charming, apart from the violence, arguments and fights. On the kitchen floor, she comes to. She hears, "Mum, this is hurting me more than it's hurting you." The alcohol was plentiful, but had dried up all the laughter. She sat alone and pondered, can I really have a happily ever after? Living with an addiction is no fairy tale, but a life with addictions is a story that can be rewritten. Addiction Cleansing Therapy. If you are struggling with any type of addiction, speak to us on our 24-hour helpline. Call 020 7686 6000 or head to addictioncleansingtherapy.org to watch the true stories of regular people like Julie who took action to beat their addictions. Act for change.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Now, let's go and meet our guest for tonight, Luzia Gomes.
It's pushing me for the rest of the week, so it's like a boost.
Things were really tight.
Today, the way I see myself is completely different.
I've just been corrected there. It's Luzia. Is that right?
Yes.
Luzia Gomes.
Luzia Gomes.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so you have a story to tell, especially this, what happened to you happened at a young age.
Yes, is that.
And it relates to the topic of being unique, right?
Yes.
So you come from, you were born in, was it Portugal?
Portugal, yes.
Portugal. Your parents were separated.
Yes.
And this had an effect because you were living with your mum alone and things started to happen there to you, right? So tell us, what were the problems that happened with your mum?
My mom, she was really sick. She had disease, she has the asthma, chronic, and she has bronchitis. Bronchitis, yes. And she was always sick. Something was happening with her all the time. And she needed to go to the doctor many times. All the money that my mom would receive, she would spend with the medication. And because we are 6 brothers, so it's a big family.
Were you the only girl?
No, 2 girls.
2 girls.
But I'm the third oldest one. That. So there was many issues because when you see that your mom, she's with all these diseases, you think that your mom will die because it was chronic asthma. She needed the bump all the time. She would go to the hospital to receive the, how I say?
The pump.
The pump, yeah, in the hospital because it wasn't enough what she would receive at home. So I was 14 years old, so I was really insecure about everything. I was always afraid if my mom would die, if she would be alone, and I would need to take care of my brothers because I was one of the oldest ones, the girl, yes. So my mom needed me to help her all the time because she couldn't do many things that she would do. She would need the pump after 10 minutes, 30 minutes. So it was very hard for a young girl to face all that problems because I didn't have any problem. My problem was my mom's problem.
Right.
Because when your parents, they have some problems, you face the same, just like was you.
Yes.
Is that so?
How did that affect you, seeing your mum the way what she was going through?
Affecting even I wasn't happy. I was very sad. Because the sadness that my mom would face, because when you are sick, you are sad. That's sad. So I was sad with her.
Yeah.
I went to school, but I was always thinking about my mom. How my mom is it?
Did that affect your
Studies.
grades? And your studies?
Yes. I was really, I'm really good. I have good marks. I'm a good student, but when I was at school in that time, my marks, they were really low because my head wasn't there.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my mom, my brothers, the situation. I was feeling really down inside of me.
Would it get worse? Would you feel worse when you got home? You arrived
yes,
home
of course. You'd
see mum there.
Yes, yes. I was better at school.
Yeah.
When I was going home, I was already thinking, oh, I'm going to the problems.
So it's like an escape being at school, but even then, you weren't able to concentrate properly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How did it affect your brothers and sisters?
Affecting me because we were a divided family. We couldn't speak, with care, with love. We were always fighting. We didn't spoke outside when we were outside. I say outside around. We didn't spoke with each other sometimes, like strange. You understand me?
Yeah.
So we were really divided. We were because we were so hungry. No, not hungry. Angry about the situation. So we needed to put that.
Would you actually act this way in front of your mum, or only when you were away from her?
How did the way?
In front of your mum.
Yes.
When you were there, would you argue and fight in front of her, or only outside?
No, we will fight not when she was at home. Otherwise, she will be very upset. So we will fight when she wasn't there.
Okay.
Because if she was there and she saw us fighting, she will be more nervous, and she will be more with the asthma,
Yes.
The attacks.
Yes.
Yes.
How old were you at this time?
I was until 14 years old. I would suffer with all these problems.
14.
Yeah, until 14.
Yeah. When did it start then?
When they start?
Yes.
Since I was baby, since I grew, since
you
my
always
childhood.
Knew this.
Yes, since I saw always my mom.
Right.
Suffering. So. Yes,
and because of this, how you saw your mum, how her health was getting worse. Was it getting worse?
Yes.
Deteriorating.
Yeah, no, it wasn't better. It was worse. Yeah.
What other problems did you actually go through?
What problems inside of me?
Yeah. Any other problems that you had?
It was more financial. And I couldn't sleep in the night because my mom would go almost every night to the hospital. So I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about, okay, I'm going to be alone, my mom will die. So I would be all night awake, and then in the morning I needed to go to school. So for a few years I wasn't able to sleep. And
that must have been really hard. I mean, thinking of this young girl who was worried about her mum passing away.
Yes.
And that's happened with many young children, but it's hard for a child. I don't know if your mum knew what you were going through.
No, she didn't.
But you were going through that.
Yes,
and I'm sure your brothers and sisters were going through something similar.
Yes.
Right? They were facing their own problems. So it must be really hard for you, as you said. And you mentioned about financial problems.
Yes.
Was that because your mum couldn't work?
No, she worked, but because the work that she was working as a housekeeper, housekeeper, is that? Yep. Cleaning the houses.
Cleaning, yep.
So she would earn less, of course, because if you work cleaning, you don't earn too much money. And because she had 6 children to raise, so all the medicines she needed to pay to buy the medicines.
Yeah.
So it was lots of things to buy. You understand me?
So it must have been hard because she had to work.
Yes.
And of course, I'm sure it didn't help with her.
Yes, it was a sacrifice for her. I know that my mom, she was a fighter.
Yes.
Yes, is that.
So now getting along to the topic of being unique. Because of all this, you used to compare yourself, didn't you?
All the time, because yes, because I would compare to my colleagues at school that they would have their mom without any problem. I would think that because I don't know, inside of a house many things can happen. But I would look at them like thinking they are better than me, they are more pretty, they dress better than me, they have the mom and the dad there to support them. But my mom, because she has that problem, she can't support me more, you understand me?
Yeah.
So I was always comparing them, always copying them. Yes, I didn't have a personality, you understand me?
Yes.
I was always comparing to the other ones.
I think it started off probably, because you mentioned a number of things there, but I think it started off, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe because your mum and dad weren't around or because your mum was sick.
Yes.
So because of that, then you started to compare yourself to your friends who maybe were talking about their parents.
Yes, family, yes.
Who, at the weekend, me and my mum and dad, we went out to the cinema, to the park, to do this. And that's when you started comparing yourself. But then you mentioned now my clothes, my looks, which had nothing to do with,
Yes.
with that. But then all of these things started to kind of add up, right? Which made you feel a lot worse. Is that
yes,
right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And did that make you hide more in your shell?
I was
more
very
angry?
shy. Yes, I was very shy. I didn't share my opinions. I was thinking, okay, what I'm going to say is not important. They are better than me. I was really, how I say, closed, you know, on my place. Very, yes, is that not like extrovert? How I say?
Extrovert.
Extrovert. I was more shy.
Yes.
Is that?
Did the teacher kind of, or your friends say, Luzia, what's up? What's going on? Did they ever say?
No, no.
No?
They didn't. No. No. I think maybe because I was always like that, they didn't really. Okay, Luzia, she's like that. She's closed. She's not open. But they didn't ask me why.
Not only this, but you said in the notes here that I've got about you, you said that you started having suicidal thoughts.
Yes, yes.
And also, you mentioned you couldn't sleep.
Is that?
Tell us more about that.
So I couldn't sleep because my mom's problems and because everything around, financial problems. My mom, I was thinking about me. You're not like the other ones. You're never going to be happy like the other ones. And when we had, you know, the strong fights at home between brothers, so it's normal when you have strong fights, and then when your mom comes and asks who did this, who did that. So, and there is the judgment. Your mom judged who is the guilt. Yes. So when my mom rebuked me because many things happen at home, so I would think, okay, I need what I'm doing here. It's better if I will die. You understand me?
Yes.
So I didn't evaluate my life. Sometimes I would think if I died, it would be better that I. And then I was thinking, no, if I commit to suicide, how my mom will be? She needs my help.
At 14 years old, or around that age?
Yes,
this
13, 14 years old, yes, yes.
If I kill myself?
Yes, is that.
So what did you think of doing?
What do you think?
What did you think? Did you think how to kill yourself?
How to kill, just cut the
vein, the nerve.
vein, is that. That's what we see in the movies in the end of the day, the things that we see.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Did you ever try it?
No, I was just thinking, but I was thinking, no, my mom needs me, so Luzia, be strong and go and.
You know, the reason why many people do commit suicide because it starts off with a thought.
Yes, is that.
And if you didn't get the help when you did, maybe you would have ended your life, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
What was the worst moment in all of this? What was the worst point in your life?
The worst point was when my mom, she was in the hospital because of a problem that happened. And I feel really alone because I think when you are a child, you always want to be with your mom. I think you feel attached with your mom. So my mom was working all day. Right. Like I told you, we were more alone. So my mom was working all day to support us. And when my mom was on hospital, I was thinking, okay.
Why did she end up in hospital? Did she have an attack? Or?
Yes, I don't remember what was the situation, but she needed to stay in the hospital because she had lots of, was the heart, if it wasn't the heart, was the nose, it was always something.
Yes.
So she needed to stay in the hospital, and because they never spoke, because I was a child, she wouldn't speak what was, you understand me? Because I was little, she wouldn't speak, well, Luzia, I'm going to the hospital because of this. They would say, okay, I need to go to the hospital because something happened. But she stayed there, and I was thinking, okay, my mom, she will die. That's all the time that my mom was in hospital, I was thinking, okay, she's going to die and I'm going to stay alone with my brother. So I was always in fear, you understand me? So I feel really alone, really, that when you are alone and no one can help you, you understand me? Is that, so for me, that was the...
Okay.
Yeah.
You've heard her story till now. If you are going through anything like this, maybe you say to yourself, I'm alone. I don't think that I'm good enough. I don't think I can't see a way out, right? I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm a lost case. You know what? I wish I could just go to sleep and never wake up again. Remember, as I said at the beginning of the program, you are unique, you are special. And the reason why we bring people on the program is to show to you that there is hope. And actually, these people on our sofa every evening, they're not hoping anymore. They've actually found their answer. They found a cure. They found a solution. They found life, and they are living again. Maybe you haven't found life yet. Maybe you had a life before, but that's been robbed, stripped away from you for whatever reason. But you want to find life again. You want to be happy. Stay tuned, because after the break, you're going to hear how Luzia turned her life around at 14 years old. We'll see you after this.
Uplifting.
Diverse. Vibrant. Dynamic.
Powerful.
Youthful.
Informative.
Energizing. Passionate.
Motivational.
Freedom.
Lively.
Excitement.
So, maybe you're thinking about making some big changes or setting some ambitious goals for yourself. Maybe you want to lose 20 pounds or read through the Bible. Maybe you want to run a marathon or repair a broken relationship. Whatever your big goal is, the temptation is to expect to go straight from here to here, or from here to here. The reality is, there are a lot of small steps between big decisions and big results. Challenges and obstacles await. At some point, you might even want to quit. But stand firm. Don't be disappointed with slow progress. Don't be overwhelmed by the destination. Rather, focus on what you can do today. Skip dessert. Read a chapter. Go for a run. Make a phone call. The more difficult the journey, the more rewarding the destination. And it can all start today with just one small step.
In life, there are problems that just hit you with a blow. Everything crumbles away, and the heartache never seems to disappear. Everything keeps going wrong. You are in despair. What do you do when your hope isn't enough? When your single prayer seems to return unanswered and the persistent problem is still there? Partner with God and make a chain of prayer. A Chain of Prayer is a weekly series of uninterrupted prayer and action to tackle the most stubborn of problems. Make the chain of prayer and turn things around once and for all. Don't give up. Make a chain of prayer. It works.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Tonight our topic is Be Unique. So we've been talking to the general public on the streets of London about this topic.
Definitely depression is probably number one.
They're arguing and they're talking negatively about each other.
What is more valuable than another? And
I think you can have as many friends and families as you want, it just depends.
Is a common regret, like, oh, like I should have like asked that person out, or like...
Hi, I'm Chica on the streets of London for Finding Answers. With over 7 billion people on the planet, it can't be that hard to be unique, could it? One thing we do is compare ourselves, so I'm going to find out from the general public why. Let's see what they say. What do you think makes us compare ourselves to others?
I think a lot of what we see in the media and what we read about, and how we, I guess, look at ourselves continually and share what we do continually online. I think that makes us reflect on what we see as ourselves and how we perceive ourselves.
For myself, it would be, so I'd be quite a self-conscious person, so I'll see other people and want to look like them, make sure my appearance is good, but I feel, so the media, for example, can portray a certain image, and I want to look like that image. Yeah. So I suppose it's just that really.
I guess kind of instinct to want to be doing the best you can, and usually we compare how good you're doing by a comparison to other people around you. So whether you're earning more money or happier or healthier and all that type of thing, we do that all the time. It's just natural sense of competition.
I think the pressure on everyone, especially youngsters at the moment, is a lot driven through the media, especially now social media and everything's so big. I think it puts a real pressure on people to, everybody else that's out there, what they're doing, what they're wearing, how they look, what's right and what's wrong's completely changed.
I think the media makes us compare ourselves to others. I think particularly women are struggling because of the stuff that they're fed on a regular basis. It's not true. That's again another massive conversation. It's definitely the media, and the music industry has a lot to answer for with the stuff that it shoves in people's faces. Yeah, I'm not precious about nudity or sex or anything like that. It's just it's really warped view of what's going on, and women are taking a battering for it. It needs to change.
Okay, some valuable points there. Do you agree or not? Is it the media? Is it an individual situation that person's going through that makes them compare themselves to others? If you want, you can give us a call and add your view if you wish. If at any time you need some advice or you need help, you can give us a call and one of our advisors will be there to speak to you and even pray for you if you wish. Now, back to Lucia's story, okay? So, Luzia, you told us how you felt and what you're going through as a young girl, yes. Right? But things changed as well at a young age.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Today, you are no longer that young. Well, you're no longer young,
no.
But you are not that same person anymore. And actually, you wouldn't be the same. Things would have got worse.
Yes, I'm sure, yes.
So tell us, how did things change for you?
So my grandma in Portugal, she invited my mom to a church, and then my mom invited me to the church.
Right.
And then my mom invited many times.
Why did your gran invite your mum? Was it because of her health problems?
Oh yes.
What happened?
Yes, and then I saw my mom. She was more happy when she came to the house. So she went to the church.
Yeah.
And then when she came back home, she was more happy, more confident.
You saw a difference in
Yes,
her.
I saw. So my mom much more happy. Say, Luzia, I'm feeling much better. Come with me. And then one day, I went with my mom.
Did you think that the church prayers or whatever was going on there was helping her?
Yes, that's why I went with my mom. Yes.
And what did you think when you initially went? Is it, what's going on here? I want to see what's happening.
Yes. I went one day and everything was strange for me anyway.
Right.
Yes, And then I spent 2 months or 3 months without going, and then I went back again. And I went to the church, and I was invited to meetings with the youth group.
Right.
And I was really well received. They didn't look to my clothes. They didn't look to my ways. They just said to me, come and join us.
So you had your own issues, right?
Yes.
Was your mum healed at that point?
No, she was fighting.
Getting better?
Yes, getting better.
Right.
Yes, is that.
But you still had your issues.
Yes,
Which
yes.
were couldn't sleep.
Yes.
Suicidal.
Yes, and inside of me, I wasn't happy. I was
Right.
really.
So tell us, how did the change take place?
So the change take place when I started to attend the meetings, and I start to understand that we need to evaluate ourselves, because we can't compare to another ones, because everyone is different, and I am what I am, and if I believe, if I make a way, if I fight, I will have a better life. So I understood that I needed to believe in myself, that I could make it, and I needed to fight for that.
So was that in the youth group that you had that kind of
message? Yes, in the youth group, yes. It was really, I said the youth group was really good. Really, really good. I think was what made me stay, because I saw other young girls and young boys like me, that they were there before me, and they told me my life was like this, like that, and now I'm, like you see, I'm better, I'm changed. So that keep me the belief to go through.
To want the same thing.
Yes, is that. It was really good, the meetings with the youth group, always saying you can do it, focus in you, give value to yourself.
Right.
Is that, yeah.
Now, you heard that at 14 years old.
Yes.
Now, some people would say, 14-year-old, you're too young to go to church and hear these things. Were you ever brainwashed?
No, because...
Do you feel you were forced or brainwashed into this?
No, because no one forced me to. Anyway, when someone forced me to do something, I do the opposite.
Actually, it was your own mum that invited you to the
my
church.
mum invited me, Luzia, come. And then when my mum invited me, I would go by myself.
Right.
My mom didn't call me, Luzia, please come. I would be the first one to get up and go.
Because you saw a difference there,
yes,
right? You saw these young people, right, who went through the same things you went through, and it was like, you know what, I want to go and see my friends.
Yes. They really good, really. I can say that they were really the secret for me to.
What was the first change you actually saw in yourself when you went there?
The happiness. I was more happy, and I had peace, and I could sleep because I couldn't. So I could sleep at night.
How soon were you able to sleep well at night?
That was really because I believe it. Make a big difference. When you believe in what you are doing, the things, they change.
But was that the first day you went there? Was it in the first week?
The first month. The first month, the thing changed.
Right.
Because I made my prayers, and I believe it, that I would receive the answer.
But the biggest thing you learned, most of all, was that as you mentioned, I should stop comparing myself to others.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, yes.
How is Luzia today?
No, I'm really, I have self-esteem. I don't compare to the other ones, because they're not better than me, I'm not better than them. Everyone, like you were saying, everyone is different, everyone has a gift, something to teach to the other ones. We are always learning with each other, because everyone has always something to teach.
How is your life today? What have you, I know that was at 14 years old.
Yes.
I don't want to say your age. I don't want to ask your age, but obviously you've moved on in life. What have you done since then? What have you achieved? Have you got a family, children, successful career? What are you doing this?
No, with my children I don't have yet. I will have, I'm sure, in the family. But I'm a teacher. I did my degree in Portugal, and I'm a primary teacher here in London. I'm working as a teacher too. So I can say that in my professional, I'm, realized. Yes.
You realize your dreams.
Yes,
what you wanted to
there
do.
is more that I want to achieve.
Right.
But everything that I put in my life to do it, I go because I believe in myself. I believe that I can do it. I believe that I have the strength, because I pray to God, so God give me the strength, and I go forward and I can do it.
Luzia, if you didn't get the help when you did at 14 years old, how do you think your life would be now?
No, I wouldn't be the Luzia that... Anyway, when my friends, they see me, because I'm here in London, then I see my pictures in Facebook, they say, wow, Luzia, is that you? You are so beautiful. Because when the Luzia that I am now, I wasn't many years ago. I was really shy, really feeling really low. And because I was feeling really low, I wouldn't take care of me.
Yeah.
So when you believe in yourself, when you believe that you are pretty, you dress yourself, you prepare yourself, you go to work happy, you have confidence with what you do. If you are in Portugal, in England, if you know the language or not, you are confident, you believe in yourself. So even my friends, my neighbors, when they look at me, they see a different, I don't need to say nothing. Say, where are you? I'm in London. Oh, what are you doing there? No, I'm there, I'm gonna study, I'm a teacher. They are surprised with the Luzia. And about my mom, she's healed. I say healed. She's healed. She doesn't have the diseases that she had.
Right.
She has her own shop, grocery, that she sells fruits. She works for the council, and she has a little shop grocery in Portugal. She has her own car. All of us, we have a car at home. So the prosperity that we have now, we didn't have before.
Right.
Everyone that see my family, they say, wow, Fatima, you are alive. They say, Fatima, are you alive?
Fatima's your mom?
Yeah, my mom say, Fatima, are you alive? And my mom say, yes, I'm alive. Oh, I thought that you were dead. Because everyone was sick and she's gonna die and she's gonna leave their children alone.
Yes.
So everyone that see my brothers with their own car, you know, the prosperity, studying in the university, they really be surprised.
Brilliant.
Because we were a poor family,
yeah,
a single mother. I would say the perspectives for us was the lowest. And when they see us, wow, because we believe in ourselves, we prayed, we went to the meetings, and we received the help from God and for the person that were there.
Luzia, thank you very much for sharing your story
welcome.
with us. All right. So we're going to go for a break now. You've heard her story. If you want this help as well, stay tuned, because at the end of the program, I'll be praying for you to be unique, you to be different, to stand out from the others, just as Luzia and her family have done. We'll see you after this.
So ladies, it's lovely to have you in the studio with me. I'm rather excited.
Does character matter? If you're married, you shouldn't be flirting with somebody else on that. Forward and back. Forward and back. Roll on the knee. Relationships and money, can the two really work? Absolutely. I think that appearance is important.
How do you define character?
Yeah. And you want to have that perfect house, but you've got to realise everything happens at the right time.
I've got a friend who puts all her business on Facebook, and I just can't stand to read it.
You're learning already. Do you cook at home? Yes, I cook.
Mr. Right is just right under your nose.
You get a checklist, but that checklist becomes a shopping list.
But in life, sometimes it's good to be different.
The pursuit of happiness. What will make you happy? Success? Fame? New shoes? Financial security? Love? Education? Independence? Family? Sometimes in the pursuit of things we think will bring us happiness, sometimes we fail to see that we aren't happy, or we never find it. We live in a world of people. Rather than pursue things to make you happy, What if we all worked to make each other happy? Wouldn't we all be happier?
Hi, the Chrissy B Show airs live on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, coming to your homes with entertainment, life issues as well as hard-hitting topics, coupled with friendly and practical advice. I love to look at the happier side of life and believe a person can achieve amazing things when they put their mind to it. The Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Now, before we go for the prayer, you still have time to call in and tell us your name, tell us the area of your life that you want to go through. Even if you don't want to speak or leave your details, you can speak privately to someone who'll be able to say a prayer for you. Before we do so, I want to read something from the Bible, something that God speaks about. This is how unique you are. I'm going to read it in a very up-to-date English. And it says this. What's the price of a pet canary? Some loose change, right? And God cares what happens to it even more than you do. He pays even greater attention to you, down to the last detail, even numbering the hairs on your head. So don't be intimidated by all this bully talk. You're worth more than 1,000,000 canaries. God knows even the number of hairs on your head. Why would he want to know something as detailed to the finest hair on your head? Why would he want that? Because he values you, right? You shower, we shower every day, hopefully. But when we do shower, sometimes we lose hair. Well, I do. I see some, fine hairs in the shower. We lose hairs, but it grows back. God knows every single number of hairs on your head. He knows everything about you. He knows that you are special. You are unique. So why would you put yourself down? Why would you compare yourself to other people? If you want to see the change in your life, stop looking to what others have or what they don't have. Look to yourself and see. I don't have these things at the moment, but let me work on myself because one day I will have them. One day I will be the success that I really want to be. And if you don't believe that, if you don't feel that you can be that success, that's why we say this prayer. And I would like to invite you now for this prayer. Okay? It's time for prayer.
Prepare now for the moment of prayer. If you would like us to make a prayer for your health and general well-being, send your name and prayer request to help@findinganswers.tv.
Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, I just read that you know every hair on my head. And not only mine, not only the viewers, but also everyone in this world. Even though there are 7 billion people in this world, we are all unique. We all have a gift. We all can contribute to make this world a better place. Some people choose to do so, others don't. That's the individual's choice. It's not your doing. But I pray for this person who doesn't feel as though they are special. They don't believe that they can change, their lives can change. And maybe they're doing what Luzia did, comparing themselves, putting themselves down. My God, this person who feels down, they feel low, they feel sad, depressed or suicidal. I ask you to visit them in their homes now. I ask you to do what no one else can do for them. They can buy the best clothes. They can go out to the wildest parties to enjoy themselves. They can do lots of things, but nothing can give this person that inner peace as your Spirit can. So Lord, touch them now. Help this person to, as Luzia did, look at herself, evaluate her life or his life, and start this change. My God, remove this worry, this burden, this anguish. Remove this pain from this person's heart. And when this person will say amen, let this change begin. So I pray for each and every one of them. And I ask you to touch them tonight, right now, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. And if you want this change to start now, say amen. Remember this, you are unique, you are special, okay? If no one believes in you, we do. And the most important one that does is God. Remember that, okay? We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow for another Finding Answers. Bye-bye.